Hi, my name is Matthew and I'm a Salesforce consultant at Solved. If you're watching this video, you must be wondering, how can I use Agentforce to predict outcomes in Salesforce? The answer is Einstein Prediction Builder. Einstein Prediction Builder is a point-and-click tool that allows admins to create custom models to predict business outcomes using historical data in Salesforce. There are a lot of different examples and use cases, but I'll just name a handful. In sales, it can be used to predict what leads are most likely to convert. In service, it can be used to predict what cases are most likely to escalate. In marketing, it could be used to predict customers that are most likely to unsubscribe. And even in HR operations, it can be used to predict employee attrition. So in this video, I'm going to focus specifically on the Service Cloud side of things. And the goal of this video is to walk you through exactly how to configure Einstein Prediction Builder so that you can start using it in your own org. All right, so the first thing that you need to do is navigate to Setup and search Einstein Prediction Builder. After you click on that, it's going to take you to a screen that looks just like this. You're going to have to click this Get Started button on the right-hand side to turn it on, and it's going to show you some kind of fancy loading screen. After it finishes, you're going to land on a new page, and it looks exactly like the last one, except it says that it is now on. You have to click that Get Started button one more time, and then you'll land on the actual builder screen. So from here, you'll just have to click on this new prediction button. And like I mentioned, I'm going to focus on the Service Cloud side of things, and I want to focus on case escalations. And so that's what I'm going to name my prediction. And from here, you could say what type of prediction you want to build. Because this is a yes or no kind of prediction, I'm going to select this option, but there are other use cases that would require a numeric kind of prediction. So go ahead and click Save and Next. It's going to ask you to choose what object you're going to build predictions on. And I'm selecting cases, select Save and Next. Now, on this screen, it's going to ask you all cases or segment of cases. Most of the time, you'll probably select all cases, but let's say you your business has a couple different business lines, service lines, and the cases are wildly different from each other with different configurations, different field usage. And so in that case, it might make sense to segment the cases since the cases from both service lines are going to be very different from each other. For my demo org, I'm just going to say all cases and click Next. From here, you need to define your example set. This is what it's initially going to use to build the model. So you have to find, in my case, I have to show it past examples of cases that were indeed escalated and cases that were not escalated. So I'm just going to have to say where escalated equals true and the status is closed. And I'll have to do something similar, except where escalated equals false and the status equals closed. So for me, I'll just click Save and Next. And behind the scenes, it's going to validate and make sure you have enough records that it can use as examples. So right here, you're going to choose included fields. A lot of people will tell you to use as many fields as you can, but it's important to consider if you have any fields that you just know won't be relevant, you should definitely throw those fields out, as well as any fields that could introduce something called hindsight bias, which means fields that you wouldn't actually know until after the case was closed. Those definitely need to be thrown out for this model to work successfully. So for now, I'm just going to leave all of the fields selected, but if I wanted to filter this down, I could probably just filter it down to case subject, case description, priority, origin, type, things like that. And then you would click Next. And mine's just taking a few seconds to load. There it is. Prediction was saved. Now you're going to say, do you want to predict this on all records that aren't examples or specific records? Most of you will probably just want to choose this default setting. Go ahead and click Next. And then you're going to need a name. You're going to need to name a new field that Einstein Prediction Builder is going to create on your target object. So for me, I'm just going to say case escalation score. And it's going to create this. This is going to be like a new numeric field created on the case object. Go ahead and click Save and Next. Okay, so it says the prediction was saved, and it checks to make sure do you have enough records. And if you see all these green check marks, that means you are a go. So right now you would click Build and click Build again. And it's going to take a little bit to build this prediction. And so you'll just have to hang tight and wait. All right, so after a few seconds, it will show you a screen that looks kind of like this one. And it's saying, hey, we're building your prediction. And it's reminding you that this could take anywhere from 30 minutes to 24 hours, depending on how much data you have and the settings that you've configured. So it's going to give you this link to go back to the setup page for Einstein Prediction Builder, and it's going to show you that it's pending and the scorecard is not available. Because I walked through this right before this video, I can show you what it looks like after it's finished building that model. Now, it's going to give you something called a scorecard, and in my case, it came back a little low. My score was 51, which isn't very good. The reason for that is because I don't have very much data. I'm in a demo org with just a little bit of sample data that I created. But hopefully, if I started servicing real customers and had more cases coming through, I would have some real situations of cases that got escalated based on certain parameters and inputs in those cases, and that's when your model is going to improve little by little. And so here, like I said, this scorecard is going to help you know how good your model is. It's going to show you top predictors, and it has a couple other things for you to look at here. For now, I'll just click Done. And from here, after you've done that, there's going to be an option to enable the model. After you enable it, it's going to need a little time to then start scoring all of the existing records that aren't used as example records. So it's going to score the remaining records in your database for that object. And then once it's finished being enabled, it's going to score all future records that fall within the filters that you identified, if you identified any filters in your builder. So because I've enabled this already, I'm just going to show you what it looks like on a layout. Right here, here's an example case that came in my test environment. And I'm just going to show you that the field I created in my other model is called likely to escalate, and it gives me a number out of 100. In this case, it was a 57. So that's based on, again, some of the fields like origin, type, priority, as well as entitlement and record type, subject description. So with this number right here, I can build reports, I can build alerts, trigger automations, and I can even integrate this with an agent in Agentforce. And so a supervisor or an agent or a service rep could interact with an agent and ask things like, show me all the cases that are the most likely to escalate. And based on the data that we now have, thanks to Einstein Prediction Builder, it's going to be able to show you that data. All right, so in this video, I was able to show you how to configure Einstein Prediction Builder so that you can start using it in your own org. If you have any questions about automating Salesforce or using Agentforce, I hope that you think of Solved and reach out to us, as we'd be happy to help you. Thank you.